Guys, I got to tell you, I'm a little late today with this video report, as you probably figured out, because to be honest with you, I was just heartbroken, and it took me forever to rebound from the USA soccer team blowing that 2-1 lead and ending up in a tie with Portugal yesterday. Because you know what a big World Cup soccer fan I am. I mean, it was just an emotionally devastating blow. I'm surprised that I ever even recovered today to show up and do this video report. Now, with Germany on the horizon, I just don't know what I'm going to do. Think about it. You're going to read all the stories about all these big throngs of people getting together to watch the USA soccer match yesterday. Just remember, these are probably the same people that show up at the Wing Bowl in Philadelphia. These are the same people that show up on Coney Island for the hot dog eating contest on the 4th of July. They disappear until the next one comes around. They're not going to flock to their local soccer games. That's just the reality of it. But that's enough about soccer, because really, I've mentioned it 3 times in the past week, and that's 3 more mentions than the sport really deserves, especially on this website. Let's get to the good stuff. Yesterday, if I have to be honest with you, I totally misread the game between Cincinnati and Toronto. It was late on Saturday night, about midnight or so Eastern time, that I released Cincinnati as a run-line play yesterday. And it was another 15-dime play, which matched the biggest of my career. And I just hit a 15-dime play, my 5-run burial blowout of the year on Saturday, when Colorado, in fact, won by 5 runs at Milwaukee won by 5 runs at Colorado. And at the time, the Reds on the money line were $1.50. And I thought, Johnny Cueto leads the major leagues in earned run average, some tremendous stats showing how much he had won and how well he had performed at home over the past few years. And I thought, the public's going to jump all over the Reds. I mean, R.A. Dickey was going for the Blue Jays. And the way that series had been going, the Reds blow the 8-0 lead after 2 innings in game number 1 on Friday and subsequently lose 14-9. And then they take the 8-0 lead after 4 innings on game number 2 on Saturday and roll 11-1. I figure public's going to bet the hell out of Cueto. Going to push him up to 165 easy. So I figured, let me be smart. I'm going to take him on the run line. Huge take-back price, $1.45 to $1.50 as a dog, laying the 1.5 runs. And what happens? The price goes down. There isn't a week that goes by after 20-some years of doing this that something doesn't happen that still catches my attention and surprises me. But that is the second time in the past month where I have misread a game and played it on the run line instead of anticipating what ultimately happened, that the price would drop, as it did yesterday with the Reds on the money line, down to 135 to 140, and ended up losing because my team only won by 1 run. Now listen, I was rolling along, top of the 8th inning. It was a 4-2 game. I thought we were going to close it out, and Carcione hits the home run. Boom, 4-3. That's the final score. I lose it on the run line. Now, of course, I minimize my damages because, again, it's a huge run line dog, but you want to win these damn games. But that's the second time in the month. The other time, Adam Wainwright was pitching at Tampa Bay, and the Cardinals only won 1-0. Another game, which I thought was going to go up to 160, instead came down to 135 after I released it when it was 150. But it just shows you there are no guarantees in gambling. And even me, a guy who's been in the business forever, doesn't have all the answers either. And sometimes the baseball gods and the gambling gods, they simply get you. Now, let's talk about today's discounted plays before I get to 2 free selections. Listen, Trace Adams, each of the past 2 days, I've mentioned him on the video report. Normally a 1,000-star play, of which he's won 4 out of 5 as his top-rated release, but he's had 2 straight raise-the-bar 1,500-star selections. One on the Tigers yesterday and a round of the Indians, one on the Pirates over the Cubs on Saturday. And you got both of those plays for just $9. Well, today he has a play even stronger. One and only 2,000-star double your wager NL Central Game of the Year, Reds and Cubs. And you can get it for more than half price off. Matter of fact, you get $70 off by using coupon code TRACE70. TRACE70, T-R-A-C-E, and the number 70. And the numbers are this way, guys. $1 bettors in baseball have won over $20,000 since last season. $1 bettors in all sports, NBA and baseball combined the past 5 weeks, they've won over $7,300. Kudos to Gabe DuPont. Yesterday, as the 777 triple play, you got his 80-dime baseball winner, number 3 in a row, and 5 out of 6 overall, with the Tigers and Indians easily going over the total. Today, 100-dime baseball total of the year. You get it for $9. Regular price is $99. You get it for $9. Save $90 in the process by using coupon code GABE9. GABE9. That's GABE and the number 9. $10 bettors up $6,300 since February. $4,900 the past 5 weeks. $3,300 the past 21 days. Also, one other guy, Scott Delaney, second biggest baseball play of the season, 150 dime, Major League Baseball mismatch of the year. This is a guy who is 61-35 with 100 dime max wager plays over the past 3 years in all sports, and this play is 50% bigger. You save $80 and get it using coupon code SCOTT80. SCOTT80. Let's get to your complimentary plays here, guys. Oh, and unfortunately, the charity play of the week lost yesterday. Hasn't lost many, that's for damn sure. But Shawn Michaels was on the wrong side of the Cubs-Pirates game. So unfortunately that lost, so we'll have to try it again next week. Listen, your first free selection here today, I'm going to go with the Seattle Mariners and lay the big price with Felix Hernandez at home. You know, Hernandez has been pitching brilliantly, but he's getting no run support here of late. I mean, in 7 home starts this season, a 2.44 earned run average, 4-1 with a 1.33 ERA in his last 7 starts. 1.33 in his last 7 starts. But here's the deal. He's gotten 1 run of support the last 3 starts he's made while he's actually been in the game. 1 run of support. He's only given up 2 runs in those 3 outings. 11 hits. And he struck out 31 and 22 in a third innings. Law of averages sooner or later catches up and says the Mariners are going to score some runs for this damn guy. Red Sox. He's personally 2-0 with a 1.17 ERA and is against them here recently in his last 3 home starts against them. He's got a 2.35 earned run average. I know John Lackey is pitching very well. No doubt about it. 1.60 ERA and a 3-1 record in his last 6 starts. But here's the deal. Red Sox lost the first 3 games of their series out of Oakland over the weekend. Finally won yesterday, 7-6. But in the first 3 losses, they scored a total of 6 runs. I mean, they've lost 10 of their last 13 on the road. Meanwhile, the Mariners just swept a hot Kansas City team that had won 10 out of 11 before the Mariners came to town. And the Mariners won all 3 this weekend. They've won 6 of their last 8 overall. So even though the Red Sox have won 6 in a row in the series, I say the streak comes to the end, and the numbers support Hernandez tonight. I'm going to go with the Phillies at pretty much even money tonight at home against Miami. You know, the home team is 5-1 in the season series, and the Phillies have won 26 of the last 34 meetings at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Meanwhile, you got a Miami team that just lost 3 out of 4 at home to the Mets. They've lost 4 of their last 5 overall. They've only scored 8 runs in those 5 games. They're 12-20 on the road this season, okay? And before the Cardinals beat the Phillies the past 2 days to earn a split in their 4-game series at Busch Stadium, the Phillies had won 9 out of 11 games. So I'm going to go with the Phillies, even though they're going with Roberto Hernandez, who certainly has not pitched well of late. But in 9 home appearances, 7 of them starts, his ERA is a pretty respectable 3.16. Meanwhile, Nathan Eovaldi, 6.46 earned run average and 3 lifetime starts at Philadelphia. And the Marlins are 1-5 in his road starts this season. They've lost his last 4 starts, no matter the location overall. Matter of fact, they've lost 6 of his last 8 times he's taken the bump. And in his last 2 starts against the Cubs and Pirates, he was really hit hard. 19 hits and 11 runs given up in 10 2/3 innings. So I'm going to go with the Phillies along with the Seattle Mariners. Those are your freebies. Best of luck to you all today, and I will catch you again on Tuesday.